Hello friends, now this is the next video of the chapter Control and Coordinations. In the previous chapters we have learned about the structure of nervous system, structure of human brain, structure of neurons and the various parts of human brain. Now today we study about the plant coordination, that is how our coordination in plants takes place. Today we will study about the response of plants to various stimuli. Now what is stimuli? Whatever is being received from outside we call it as a stimulus. So plants have specific types of stimulus. We say those stimulus movements as trophic movements. What are trophic movements? These are directional movements or orientations of a part of plant to a specific stimuli. Now there are different types of trophic movements: phototropism, geotropism, chemotropism and hydrotropism. These can be positive or negative. When they move in response to the stimulus, we say they show a positive response. When they move away from the stimulus, we say they show a negative response. We study about the first one, phototropism. Now I said it is a directional movement and it is a unidirectional movement, or it is an orientation of a part of a plant in response to a perfect or in response to a stimulus or a outer external influence. Now see, I have taken sun. Photo means light. Plant, when the sun is overhead, the plant is straight, that is it is in the direction of the stimulus. Now when it is this side laterally bent, so the stem will also bend towards the direction of the light. So this is the positive direction. Same way, the roots move in the direction opposite from the direction of light. So this is negative phototropism. Light was there upside, now roots are moving in the downward direction, so that is negative phototropism. So positive phototropism and negative phototropism. Same way we have geotropism. Now geo is gravitation, gravity. Those which move in the direction of gravity, positively geotropic. Those which move in the opposite direction of the gravity, negative geotropism. So we can see roots move in the direction of the gravity, they move inside the soil. So soil attracts, that is the gravitational force. So it is moving in the direction of the gravitational force. So we say it is positively geotropic. And when it moves in the direction opposite from the gravity, we say it is negatively geotropic. So shoots are negatively geotropic and roots are positively geotropic. Now chemotropic. This is an example of the growth of the pollen tube inside the style of the particular female part of the plant. Now this is the pollen that is attached to the stigma of the female gametophyte. You have learned about the structure of flower. This is stigma style, and then you have the ovary. The pollen grain comes and attached by the process of pollination, and then it starts to grow inside this style of the female gametophyte. Now when it moves, it is in response, the growth is in response to a chemical substance. It's a sugar substance that is secreted by these stigmas. So the movement of the pollen tube in response to a sugar substance that is secreted by the stigma is called as chemotrophic movement or chemotropism. This year we had this example, hydrotropism. CBSE had asked an experiment to show the process of hydrotropism with the help of an experiment or with the help of an activity. Note that please, this is not given in NCERT. So whatever you write regarding hydrotropism, if you know the concept, you can write accordingly. The experiment is not there in the NCERT textbook, but the question is asked in the NCERT textbook, and this was asked in this year's 10th class CBSE boards. Hydro. Now hydro means water. Simple terms, hydrotropism. Again the response would be in the direction of water. So how will you write an experiment? We take a potted plant and we place a porous pot containing water inside that potted plant. After some time we see that the roots, if the water pot is present here, the roots will move in the direction of that water pot. Now I place this water pot, the roots would move in the direction of that water pot. So this is positively hydrotrophic. So wherever wherever would be the water source, the roots would move in the direction of that water source. So this is known as hydrotrophism. So different types of trophic movements are phototrophic movements, geotrophic movements, chemotropic movements and hydrotrophic movements. These movements takes place in presence of a particular stimulus. Now there are two other type of movements also. One is that is called as Nastic movements. Nastic movements are not directional. They do not occur in a particular direction. They are neither towards the stimulus nor in the nor away from the stimulus. They are negative response. You have seen a plant called as touch me not. You know what is touch me not? Chui mui. Now chui mui, when you touch that chui mui leaves, the leaves gets folded in response to touch. So that particular movement where there is a response in presence of a touch, it's a negative movement, it closes down. So that is called as seismonasty. So nastic movements are negative responses, trophic movements are positive responses. So folding and dropping of the leaves is an example of seismonasty, or it is an example of nastic movements. So be clear with the two terms, trophic and nastic, and the different examples of trophic movements. So that is all for this video. Thank you so much.